in class. All right, so let's move on to the matrix equation of translation. All right, I find that this tends to be very popular in multiple choice questions. All right, the application of it is very popular in multiple choice question. Now, A plus T is equal to A prime is the matrix equation of translation. All right, so I'm going to show you that this thing works in action. Remember earlier, we found the coordinates of A and A prime. Now T, we all know, is 4 minus 3. So let us show you that it works. What this is saying though is that if I add A and T, I should get what? A prime. So A prime, which we know is 5, 1 already, is actually A, which is 1, 2. So A is the point 1, 2, plus T, which is 4 minus 3, should give me A prime. So if the matrix equation for translation works, if I add A and T, I must get A prime. So this is going to be, sorry?
A prime I put into the A.
Say it again.
Never mind.
A prime is equal to A plus T. A prime is equal to A plus T. So this is 1 plus 5, and this is 2. A positive times a negative is a negative, minus 3. Sorry, I'm going ahead of myself. It's supposed to be 1 plus 4 and 2 minus 3, which is going to give me 5. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So this is saying that A prime is the point 5 minus 1. All right. So this is just showing that the matrix equation for translation works. And the matrix equation for translation is A plus T is equal to A prime, or A prime is equal to A plus T. Now, what I just did for A and A prime, what I just did for to find A prime, I want you to try it to do the same thing for what? C and B to see if it works. I want you to do the same thing for C and B to see if it works. So do that now, please. All right, so it also works for B prime. So B prime would be equal to B plus T. So B prime would be B is the point 0.04 plus T, which is 4 minus 3, and this should give me B prime when I add them. It's going to be 0 plus 4 and 4 minus 3.
Yes.
And this is going to give me 4, 1. So this is saying that let's put the 4, 1 here. This is saying that the new coordinate, or the coordinate of B prime, all right, this thing don't like me when you already know. So B prime is the point 4, 1. And we can all see for ourselves that it worked. Because if we look in the diagram, we can see that B prime is the point 4, 1. If we did it for C, it would also work. C prime is equal to C plus T. So C is 3, 3 plus 4 minus 3. So this is going to be 3 plus 4. 3 minus 3, because a positive times a negative is a negative. So this is going to come out to be 7, 0. And so C prime is the point. C prime is the point 7, 0. All right. So from this section, what you need to take away from this section is that the matrix equation for translation is A plus T is equal to A prime, or A prime is equal to A plus T. So let's talk about inverse transformation. Now, inverse transformation, the inverse of a transformation is that transformation that returns the image of a point or plane shape to its original position. The inverse of a transformation is that transformation that returns the image of a point or a plane shape to its original position. So if a transformation takes a shape from the object to the image, the inverse transformation will take the shape back from the image back to its object. Now, if T maps triangle ABC onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, then translation minus T will map A prime, B prime, C prime back to triangle ABC. Therefore, minus T is the inverse transformation of T. So in other words, if translation T takes ABC to A prime, B prime, C prime, translation minus T will take A prime, B prime, C prime back to triangle ABC. So we say triangle minus T is therefore the inverse transformation. All right, let's turn page. All right, here's example. What would be example this? This would probably be example 2. Example 2 says, this says translation T, which is 4 minus 3, maps triangle A prime, A, B, C onto triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. With coordinates A prime 5 minus 1, B prime 4 1, and C prime 7 0, we're to state the coordinates of the vertices of A, B, and C. Now I'm going to do one for you, and then you do the next two. Now using the matrix equation of transformation, A prime is equal to A plus T. All right, let's start it the other way. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it's just me being a perfectionist. A plus T will give you A prime. So A would be equal to A prime minus T. A prime is given, it is what? 5 minus 1 minus T, which is what? 4 minus 3. So this is going to be 5 minus 4 and minus 1 plus 3, because a negative times a negative gives you a positive. So this is going to be 1, 2. This is saying to me that A is the point 1, 2. Now, what I just did, remember we're asked to state the coordinates of the vertices of triangle A, B, and C. I just found the coordinate of the vertex A, what I want you to do is to find the coordinates of B and C. I just found the coordinate of A using the matrix equation of transformation. All right, now what I just did for A, I want you to do for B and C. Do that very quickly, please. All right, so what we just did for A, let's do the same thing for B and C. B, so in the question, we're told that T took A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime. What we want to do is to sort of go back and determine, and so the coordinates of A prime, B prime, and C prime, those were given. Now we're asked to determine, sort of reverse the process and determine the coordinates of B, A, B, and C, or the coordinates of the vertices of A, B, and C of the triangle. So B plus T is equal to B prime. That's the matrix equation for transformation. So B would be equal to B prime minus T. So B prime is the point 4, 1, minus T, and T is what? 4 minus 3. So this is going to be 4 minus 4, and 1, and negative times a negative is a positive, plus 3. So this is going to come out to be 0, 4. So the coordinate of B is 0, 4. Let's do the same thing for C. C plus T is equal to C prime. That's the matrix equation of translation. All right, so C would be equal to C prime minus T, and this would be 7, 0 minus 4 minus 3. This would be 7 minus 4, 0 plus 3. So this would end up to be 3, 3. And so C would be the point 3, 3. So essentially in this example, we're told that a particular translation took A, B, C to A prime, B prime, C prime. We were given the coordinates of A prime, B prime, and C prime. And we're then asked now to state the coordinates of A, B, and C, which would be the coordinates of the original shape. And how did we do that? We did that using the matrix equation for translation. All right. So let's move on to the next section.